Love, exciting and new.
Hello, Hannah Waddingham here. Have you seen the fabulous new Sun Princess? World-class entertainment, exceptional dining, and the greatest pizza ever.
It's a love.
Don't miss our Come Aboard sale with up to 40% off and free room upgrades. Visit princess.com or call your travel advisor to book. Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28/25. Ships of Bermudan and British Registry.
This episode is brought to you by Abercrombie. There's nothing better than the perfect jean and going out top combo, or an outfit that perfectly matches your plans. Abercrombie's relaxed jean goes with every occasion. Date nights with something lace, or daytime with a cozy sweater. And their barrel jean will surprise you. It's the trend that will become a staple in your wardrobe. Abercrombie denim comes in tons of rises, fits, and washes. Find your perfect pair online or in store.
We're in the bathroom talking to her, and she got an attitude. She took the scissors and wiggled them in front of my face. Not like here, an inch from my nose and my eyes. I took my hand and pushed her out of the way.
This is the plaintiff, Sue Hoy Tan. She says she rented a room in the defendant's apartment, and the nosy woman invaded her privacy, ransacked her room, and then rearranged her personal belongings. The maniac attacked her, choked her around the neck, which she still has a scar from, and she moved the heck out of there before something really bad happened to her. She's suing for $5,000 for paid rent and security. This is the defendant, Ellen Ray. She says the plaintiff began yelling at her from the day she moved in. She threatened her in a menacing way with a pair of scissors in front of her nose, and she pushed her away. Who wouldn't protect themselves from a deranged person? Bottom line, the plaintiff broke their agreement. She still hasn't rented the room out and won't return a penny to this kooky woman. She's accused of getting physical with a tenant.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
You see it, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay. Sue Hoy Tan, you are suing Ellen Ray?
Yes.
Okay. For $5,000. According to you, you're out a lot more than that because you're suing for triple damages because you were renting from her and things went really bad pretty quickly. Tell me what happened.
Sure. So what happened is we entered into a roommate agreement for 6 months, and I was forced to move out of the apartment just weeks after moving in, after experiencing constant harassment, trespassing, and ultimately physical assault.
What happened during those 3 weeks? Give me specifics.
All right, so during the first week as I was moving in, she was making frivolous demands on a daily basis and going through my belongings.
Wait, what do you mean? What, she was making frivolous demands like what?
Like how I should be putting things around my own room, which honestly is, I'm not obstructing anybody. It's my room, and I put whatever I like. But however, she wants it her way, like things to be in her way, including pillow where the pillow should be put.
In your room?
In my room, yes.
Not in the shared spaces?
Not in the shared spaces.
Okay.
So,
Did she go into your room when you weren't there?
Yes.
What'd she do?
I told her that I was going to be away, and she demanded that I have to unpack my belongings in her way.
What reason did she give you for being in a rush?
I don't know. She said,
what is the reason why she had to get unpacked on your timetable?
Bugs. I didn't want boxes to be a home for bugs. I even told her this before she moved in.
Why would the boxes bring bugs?
Not because they're looking for food in there, or maybe they are. That's where they hide. I told her before she moved in, I said, I don't care if somebody's nice, as long as they're clean. I gave examples of roommates I had in the past, really rough examples. This way they would know I was serious. I'll give you...
Like what? Yeah.
Okay. I had a guy that kept missing the toilet. Look, accidents happen. Just take the toilet paper and wipe it. He missed it 3 days in a row. I said, why don't you sit? Now, you tell that to a straight guy. Whew, they get, crazy. You sit on the seat
I'm
instead
sorry.
of standing.
Okay,
Excuse
all
me.
right, all right.
No. Let
Yeah.
me finish telling you
No,
what
I'm
I
not going to
said.
let you finish.
No,
No, stop. I'll decide how this train
But,
goes.
it would make you
and right
laugh.
now, the train's not going the way you want it to go. I want to hear from her, and then I'll get right back to you. So she wanted the boxes gone because bugs. All right, so now.
The boxes all gotten rid of.
All right.
The boxes were no longer there. I got rid of all the boxes, including shoe boxes, okay?
Okay.
And I told her that basically September 8th, I was going to go away, and she had to do inspection of how my unpacking goes. And
She said, I need to inspect how your unpacking went.
Yes.
And you're nodding. What is it you needed to inspect?
I don't want empty boxes. Like, she would have packages of things that maybe they held half a dozen, and she'd have one left with the empty box. And it was so much garbage. It was unbelievable. And I told her I'd help her. She goes, no, she'll do it. And then she says, no, I'm done. I said, I'll do it for you. I figured that would help and make us move forward. Get the dirty work out of the way.
The dirty work you're referring to is if you have a box that has individually wrapped items and there's 2 or 3 left in the box, you believe the box should be thrown out.
Yes.
Because if not, what's going to happen?
Bugs are going to hide there.
Okay.
Bugs are going to hide there.
All right.
Look, this is Manhattan. There's bugs everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure the box is bringing them in necessarily.
Oh, they do. That's where they hide, honey.
Well,
that's where they hide.
You're not the first person to live in Manhattan,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure that a shoebox, the existence of a shoebox, causes
Well,
bugs.
I even had a thing for shoes. She didn't have shoes.
So
like from
did you go out of town
Container
and did
Store.
she go into your room without your permission?
Yeah, she
What
did.
did she do?
So she basically ransacked my whole place.
Ransacked how? What does that mean?
Ransacked by going through all my belongings and rearranging them in the order that she wants,
Okay.
that she desires.
Okay.
One plastic for all cosmetics, one plastic for all body lotion, creams, and and she even go through my cash valuables and my jewelries. Okay, that was really personal.
While she was gone, did you go in and rearrange
Yes.
everything?
Here's what happened. When she was gone, it was, what else is new? It was rainy and windy, and she left the window wide open. And I went in to shut the window, and I saw, like, there were liquids in the cloth thing. There were all these little boxes. I mean, like, who had, like, 4 things of body wash half full, because she had everything in little packages. And I guess when she needed something...
Can I ask you a question? Do you have children?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had roommates?
Yes.
How many roommates have you gone through?
At least 6.
Only? That's it?
Maybe a little more.
Have you ever lived with somebody else for several years?
Yeah, I lived with a boyfriend for 4 years.
For 4 years. Why did you and the boyfriend break up?
Oh, God.
He was
when
a
I tell
pig?
you- Well, because I got pregnant and he wanted to get married.
Sorry,
And
honey.
it was my first year in college, and he
Yeah.
says, you have to stay home.
Okay.
And I said, I'm not giving up college.
No. All right. So when did you decide to move out and why? Because of the ransacking?
No, it was mostly ultimately the physical assault.
Tell me about the physical assault.
So that night, so one of our prospective roommate was supposed to come in to see the place. So she had...
Prospective roommates, meaning the person to replace you?
Yes, we mutually agreed that I will find a replacement and that she will return my last month and my deposit back.
Okay.
And that's when I put an ad over there. And so the people who were responding to the ad,
Right.
so one of the prospective candidate was coming over to view the apartment the next day. So she had asked me to trim the edges of the towel, of my edges of the towel.
Trim what?
Trim the edges of my towel. She continued harassing me over trivial matters such as trimming.
That's what I want to hear. Stop
such
giving
as-
me conclusions. Tell me the trivial matters. She wanted you to cut the threads of
the
your
thread
towel?
of my towels. That's right. Yes, and I took the scissors. So I went and trimmed the towels, and she followed behind me as I was trimming it. She came on me with onslaught of questions and asking me, who are other tenants? Other questions with basically onslaught of questions that threatens me, and I didn't. I was just keeping quiet the entire time, and then she lunged on me and demanding for an answer.
How did she lunge on you? What does that mean?
She came forward. She came forward, and that's when she asked me to give her the scissors, which I refused. And then she then grabbed me on my neck, strangled me, and strangled me on one hand and took the scissors away from the other hand. So in the process, she basically scarred me and left a
Where did
trace
she scar you?
Scar me on my neck.
With her fingers or with the scissors from your hand, from the hand? What are you talking about?
With her fingers.
So she put her fingers around your throat and scarred you. How? With her nails? How did she scar you?
She strangled me. She actually strangled me.
Is that with a nail or what is that with?
That is her nail. Yes, that is her nail. She strangled me on one hand.
Did you call the police?
I did. And then
what happened with the police?
Right after that, the police came. So I explained to the police what happened, the incident, and the police just told me that the police advised me to move out prior to October 1st.
And then told you two to stay together right there in the apartment, left you two together?
Yeah, basically.
Did you tell the police that she had choked you?
Yes, I did. I told him that.
Do you have the police report?
Is it in here? Yeah, it's under strangulation.
Wait till you hear the lies. Wait till you hear the lies.
I can't wait.
Bridget Jones, it's time to live.
This Galentine's Day, make a date with Peacock.
I've set you up on Tinder. What? You're welcome.
You can call me Rockstar.
Bridget Jones.
But you can call her mummy.
Experience the final chapter of Bridget's unforgettable journey.
By all that's holy, Bridget Jones.
You are a brilliant woman. Embrace the chaos.
Enjoy your weekend, Mrs. Darcy.
Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. Streaming only on Peacock February 13th.
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
So what did the police do about it? Do you know?
The police talked to her, I believe acting as a mediator, and telling her that she should be staying in a room and not coming into, and not talking to me. And not talking to me and coming to my space at all.
How did that work out?
No, didn't work out well.
Okay, because did anything else happen after that?
So prior to my move, I actually called 911 again to help me with my move because she was constantly on my case. It's constantly asking me lots of questions. It doesn't give me peace of mind to just move my belongings.
What is your response to the things
I got plenty. First of all, if you notice what she said, like, I was telling her this, that, I moved this and that, because if I even touched a tea bag of hers, I told her, look, I moved it over here. Like, when she moved in, she had, 10 boxes of tea with maybe 1 or 2 tea bags in it. It's not they were different flavors. It's like she had a million bags of things, and she just never paid attention. So I put them in a canister for her, and she was there when I did it. And then she had more. I said, I put your tea bags in the canister. So I wouldn't even take a tea bag without telling her that I touched the tea bag.
Well, there's a different way you could do that, which is, listen, we have spaces at a premium here. Can you consolidate your cans and let her do it?
She said, no, I did. She said, no, I'm done. I'm done, okay? The other thing is she signed an agreement, and to break the agreement, I said, if you find a replacement, then I'll give you your security back.
Tell me what happened with the scissors and the choking.
Oh, boy. All right. So we're in the bathroom talking, and I'm tough on the outside, but I am not violent, and I don't scream. She would scream over me, slam doors in my face, shut up, blah, 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 unbelievable. But anyway, we're in the bathroom talking to her, and she got an attitude. She took the scissors and wiggled them in front of my face, not like here, an inch from my nose and my eyes. I took my hand and pushed her out of the way, okay, and then grabbed the scissors.
How'd you scratch her neck like that? How did she get that on her neck?
Because I have bad fingernails. I'm an old lady.
How old are you?
I'm not telling.
I'm 57. Are you older than me?
I'm not telling.
Why aren't you working?
Because nobody wants an old lady.
When was the last time you worked?
I get part-time work here and there. But anyway, why she got scratched? Because my fingernails always peel, they separate, and I didn't have nail polish on, so they were like, I guess, sticking up, and when I grabbed her, it scratched the neck. But it was self-defense. I mean, I'm not saying that she wiggled them here. She had them right up to my nose. Holy moly. What, what am I supposed to do? I'm not getting my eyes stabbed. Sorry. No way.
Did she try to stab your eyes?
Who knows what she's going to do next? She's very violent. I may be tough on the outside, but I'm not a violent person, and I'm honest. This is somebody that lies. There's a number of lies.
Can I talk about the violation?
Wait a second. There's other things.
No, hold on one second. Go ahead.
Okay. So when she says she's not violent, that is a lie, because there is a history that Danny has. I have here today with me, whom she rented the place before. So
were you a roommate of hers at some point?
Yes.
How long were you a roommate of hers?
Okay. So.
You were? I don't even recognize
First, let me introduce about myself. Is that okay?
Yeah, but can I kind of jumpstart this a little bit? When did you rent from her?
I prepaid her rent $5,200 in 2011. I never.
$5,200?
Yes, as a deposit and also the 3 months, the rent fee, and I had never have chance to move in.
So you're out $5,000 something from her?
$5,200.
Why did you end up not moving in?
She refused and moved in.
Okay.
I called the 911.
What is that? Is that a judgment against her?
Yes, that's a judgment.
Have you been able to collect?
No, I went to sheriff, and the sheriff checked all her everything. She closed all her account. She has been very professional.
Is it ringing a bell now?
No.
Let me see.
Okay. After
I mean, I've had a couple of nutso roommates.
Have you had judgments issued against you by nutso judges? That's what I'm asking. She says she has a judgment against you.
Ma'am, after
Wait, do you have judgments against you, ma'am? Ms. Ray, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah, do you have judgments against you?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many?
2.
And are they from
That's
just a month?
That's 7.
Okay, all right. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Calm down.
Sorry.
Calm down.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So can the judge somebody like the defendant, in this case who had a history with problems with roommates, judge them by their history?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I don't know. She can answer that. I think so. I think if you've had a history with problems, you're probably going to have problems again.
Is that fair?
Absolutely. If you've got a history, you've got form. You've done it before, you're going to do it again.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Okay. A judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000 against you back in 12/11/12.
I don't even remember.
Oh. And now, according to you, it's not just one person.
Yeah, before me.
Or two bad roommates. What is it?
There was 7 behind me. Before me.
How many?
After me, 7 on civil court database. We print it out. At least 7. That's after me. And some victims before me. I have also from the criminal distance. She beat me up too.
She beat you up?
Oh,
she
no
beat
way.
me up on the street.
No way.
And she got 10 days. She got 10 days punishment for social work. That's from the criminal court.
Oh, wait, I remember.
Oh, you
now.
remembering?
Yes.
Okay.
She took me
Stay behind your podium. Go ahead.
Okay. She came, I remember who she is now. All right. She lied to me about moving in, and she was bringing her, she didn't even tell me she was married. Then she was bringing, she said it was her husband or something like that. And they were supposed to pay, at that point, I was giving up my bedroom and going in the second room. Anyway, she came over when she decided not to move in to collect the money. She hit me in the face and broke my glasses. And then she said, and then I pushed somebody out of my way.
You're
and
lying.
then no, I am not a liar.
Sorry.
I am not a liar.
Can I ask you, do you remember getting charged with assault in the 3rd degree? Count 2, assault in the 3rd degree.
Yeah, I remember going
Count
to the...
3, petty larceny. What was a petty larceny?
Yeah, what was the petty larceny?
Petite larceny, meaning stealing.
I know what petty larceny means.
Sorry.
I meant, what did she steal?
Oh, when I was supposed to move in that day, and she refused, and she asked $3,000 more cash. She said, I wouldn't let you move in unless you pay me $3,000 cash. I said, why? She said, because I need money. I had an employee for many years. I said, it doesn't concern me. You're not my mom. You're not my friends. I prepaid rent. I need to move in. So I called the police. I called the police. Police came, and the police officer suggested me do not pay one more cent to this swindler. You know, she's doing intentionally to. I was not the first person to call the police. Police said, just sue her. So I followed the direction. I sued her.
Yeah, but you got to be aggressive about this. You have to follow up with the sheriff. How many times have you been sued by your tenants, ma'am?
I don't know, 2, 3, 4, I don't know.
5, 6?
No, I don't think it's that many. But here's the thing. I am honest up front. I give a receipt
Here's the
for
thing.
everything.
You're continuously getting sued for rooking people out of their money. That's the thing. People keep saying, she's holding on to my money and she shouldn't be. That's what lawsuits are. 1 lawsuit could happen. 2 lawsuits could happen. 5 lawsuits, 6 lawsuits, people talking about, you know, you keeping their money because you need money and you won't give them back their money. But that's not normal.
No, here's the agreement. I tell them if they decide they're going to move out before the lease is up,
Ms. Ray,
then they have to find somebody
Ms.
to
Ray,
replace
let
them.
me tell you what is going to happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live with you for 22 seconds.
Okay.
You don't have respect of boundaries.
That's not
You don't
true.
have the right to walk into somebody's room and rearrange their undies. That is not your place.
It's the first time I
When
did
you
that.
are renting a place out, that is what you are doing. They are paying you in return for their space. If you have a need for control, then what you need to do is stop renting space in your place because you don't know how to share. You don't know how to live with somebody
That's
else
not
and respect
true.
their boundaries. Well, no, apparently there's 8 people who agree with me.
No, because
these are the 8 who sued.
They
Lord
move
knows
'cause
how
they're
many
not
others.
Clean.
Okay?
And I tell them I don't care if you're nice as long as you're clean.
Ms. Ray, you
Yes.
are done, okay? You are returning this lady's last month's rent. You are returning her security deposit. What are these advisory fees?
So I've hired somebody to advise me and also to do some research, help me to do research about how I can go about handling my case. I found Danny along the way, which is very nice, and she's helping me with I pay her for coming to help me out and giving advice and doing research for me.
Is she a lawyer?
No.
Are you a paralegal?
I'm familiar with this small claims and this particular matter.
Switch places with her. Can you two switch places? I'm sorry. No, not you. You stay where. All right. So what do you do for a living?
I'm familiar with this particular issue.
This particular defendant or
No, with this issue.
Do you work for a company or you work on your own?
I work on my own.
Why don't you just go out and get a law degree or a paralegal degree?
I've been told, but I have $175,000 of student loan debt, and I can't afford law school at this time. So.
Did you graduate from college?
Yes, and I have a master's degree.
Where'd you graduate from college?
NYU in Columbia.
You're killing me. So how much has she's paid you? How much?
$600, just maybe a little over $600.
And she owes you how much?
Another $1,100.
And you're not a lawyer?
No. I've done not only research on this case, but because Sue is new to New York City, she's not familiar with this particular matter, I explained to her, I pointed a few websites that she could check with DHCR and so on and so forth.
Okay,
And
I'm not, listen, if you have a skill and someone wants to help, I have no problem with you eating. Like, in other words, I don't mean to knock you. You can't practice law. I don't think anything you did is practicing law. But Ms. Tan, you can't collect that in court. That's your choice that you wanted to go this way and pay her all that money, but that's not something that's collectible against the defendant because the whole point of small claims is it's accessible to anybody. All you got to do is look it up on the internet and familiarize yourself. You chose to go with somebody who's familiar with the topic or whatever, and that's fine, but that's not something that I'll assess against her.
May I tell you her age? She is 66 years old.
Okay.
I'm 21.
Wow. Okay. So here is the issue. For you to be able to sue for treble damages, there have to be 3 or more unpaid recorded judgments, including yours. You have to have the judgment first, and then you're supposed to come back and sue. So either one of you could file a lawsuit tomorrow, because both of you have judgments against her, and she has 3 or more. But in this lawsuit, we're limited to, you don't even have the judgment yet, so you can't sue for treble damages. But you can go ahead and sue for treble damages after you get your judgment. Let's talk about your judgment. Okay?
I have one more thing. Sorry to talk about.
You know you're going to win, right?
I know, but I just
want. It's not obvious? Okay, go ahead.
I just want to ask about rent overcharge. No? Okay.
Go ahead.
So
go ahead, honey.
We went to the DHCR, which is the Department of Housing Community Rental, and there was a rent overcharge on her.
What do you mean?
So it is actually illegal to have a roommate. It's illegal to have a roommate charge more than 50%.
Wait, are you in a rent-controlled apartment?
Yes.
Rent stabilized.
Rent stabilized.
Yeah. But it's furnished and it includes the utilities, so it's not
I'm sorry.
overcharged.
How much is your rent?
What does that have to do with this?
It has to do with whether you have a right to even charge her rent.
No, I do.
Oh, I'm not going to take your word for it, okay? How much is your rent?
That's the rent stabilization.
Over $2,000.
How much exactly is your rent, ma'am? You don't know the answer to that question? It's a pretty simple question. How much do you pay in rent a month?
Close to $2,400.
And you're charging her more than 50% of it.
The room, if that includes utilities.
You know what? You're going to give her back her rent for that first month, too. That's what's
It includes utilities, and it's a furnished room. So it doesn't...
I find in your favor in the amount of $4,125. I think this is a systematic thing on her part of tormenting you until you leave, then she has no roommate, and then she can keep your last month in security deposit. That's why there's so many of these. So I am not only going to award you your last month and your security, I'm also going to award you the month that she charged you, that she didn't have a right to charge you that amount, and that was pure hell for you, and that you shouldn't have to pay. $4,125, verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you very much.
Well, the judge throws the proverbial book at the defendant. Come over here, Ms. Ray, if you will. Let me just ask you, what do you think about what just happened? What are you thinking right now?
She didn't get all the facts.
What didn't she get?
Well, I told the person that I would straighten their room, and I did. And it's the first time I ever did it because I wanted it to be positive and move forward.
What about all these lawsuits against you, the judgments that are
People
against you?
who moved out before the thing, because a lot of times they were students and they found somebody else, a couple times.
But then they ended up suing you. They have judgments against you. Now you got another one
because
against you.
Usually if you're the landlord, you're going to lose.
Anyway, you're out of court here. All
Okay,
right, you lost the case right there. Doors
All right,
that way.
thank you.
All right, you owe her $4,100. Here comes Ms. Tan. Wow, this turned out to be, you can come out. Come on. Very interesting case. You have done a lot of work.
I did a lot of research that goes into it, yes.
And you found her.
And yeah, in the course of the research from her.
I came here to stand up for her. I came here for expose her guilt, and I came here for justice. I'm not coming here for money, actually, all for justice. Thanks for giving us the chance to expose her guilt for justice. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hey, Harvey, what do you think about this?
Got to tell you, Doug, if you have a roommate you do not get along with, rather than continuing to fight, sit down and either try to break the loggerhead or just say, look, we got to figure out an exit plan. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
This is the plaintiff, Paul Green. He says the defendant is his daughter's friend, and he foolishly sold her his 2006 limited edition Mustang. She gave him half the money up front and agreed to pay him $300 a month until it was paid off. Well, the flaky girl never paid off the car. She keeps promising him she will, but enough is enough. And he's suing her for $3,692.38 because he doesn't believe her lies anymore. This is the defendant, Paige Clark. She says the plaintiff's her best friend's dad, and he's also a creep. The guy asked her out on a date and told her she wouldn't have to pay off the car if they hit it off. They ended up dating for a few months, and he's now very angry she broke up with him because he's a chauvinistic pig. He wants to sue her for the balance of the car? No way. She's accused of not living up to her obligations.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff sold the defendant his 2006 Mustang and got stiffed. The defendant says the plaintiff is her friend's father, and he hit on her and they dated, and she says he's angry because she broke up with him. It's the case of the mad dad.
Thank you, Douglas. Paul Green, you are suing Paige Clark for $3,692.38. You say she owes you and refuses to pay. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, ma'am. My daughter came to me and said that she had a friend that was looking for a car, and would I sell her the Mustang I had?
What kind of Mustang did you have?
2006 limited edition Mustang.
Okay.
Told her yes. I asked her if she had the money
Was
for
your
it.
Mustang for sale?
Yeah,
Coincidentally? Was it for sale, or she just
it
wanted
was
to buy
going to be for sale in a week or two.
Okay. So you show it to her, she likes it, and what happens?
Showed it to her, asked my daughter if she had the money. My daughter said no, but she could pay half down. Talked to Paige. Paige said she'd give me half down and make payments on the rest. I said, okay. She got the car, went to title place.
Why did you sign over the title if she hadn't paid the rest yet?
Because she signed a promissory note for the balance.
So does she pay you anything else ever?
No.
All right, so why then do you buy her tires?
That was only about a week later.
But why would you buy her tires?
Well, originally when we ordered the tires, she was going to pay for the tires.
How do you order tires without paying for them?
Well,
I don't know. Maybe mortals like me have to pay first.
A friend of mine runs a dealership, and we were getting them through the dealership at a discount.
Right.
So I said, they've already been ordered. They're going to take it out of my friend's paycheck if we don't get them. I'll go ahead and cover them on my credit card for 30 days. She said, I don't really want to do that. And then she came back with text and said, let's go ahead and get the tires. I'll pay you back for it.
Okay, do you have the text?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see it?
Yes.
While he's looking for that, can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Okay. So you are a friend of his daughter's?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still a friend of his daughter's?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what happens here? You buy the car and you're supposed to pay money, and he says you didn't. Why not?
Well, after meeting him and giving him the down payment, I was, called by her, stating that he liked me. He thought, I was cute, wanted to take me out, and
what's the age difference between you two?
I'm not.
You don't know?
Sure.
You never asked? I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Anybody else curious? What's your age? How old are you?
I'm 28.
And how old are you?
I'm 57.
So, the tires that.
Wait, don't go from he likes you, he wants to ask you out to the tires. He likes you, he wants to ask you out, and what do you tell his daughter?
I said, sure, absolutely. I'll go out on some dates with him.
Okay, and then what happened?
During those dates, we were, discussing that if things worked out, we wouldn't have to pay any more on the car. That those payments would be null and void.
Was it your idea or was it his idea?
His idea.
That if you dated, that you wouldn't have to pay it back?
Right.
No.
If it worked out or if you dated?
If it worked out and we were, went on dates and, it worked, then I wouldn't have to, pay the rest of the car.
And all you had to do was sign your life over?
I mean,
What does it worked mean? And what does dating mean? I don't know. It's your agreement. I'm asking you to specify what you meant.
I mean, we didn't make a contract on how long or anything like that.
So how many dates did you go on?
We saw each other probably 8 times.
Okay. Were you intimate?
No.
Okay. Was that part of the deal?
No.
Okay. So where would you go when you went out?
His favorite place was a Japanese restaurant.
Okay.
And
after a couple months, how did it end, according to you?
It just didn't work out. The age difference, was a...
Oh, you woke up one day and realized there was an age difference?
No.
So did you date him so that you wouldn't have to pay the rest of the money?
Yes, I'm a single mom, and that was
but you weren't physical.
A good incentive for me.
So it wasn't like money for sex.
No.
It was companionship.
Right.
All right. Can I hear from you, Mr. Green, on this whole dating thing?
Well, that's new one on me, because I don't know what her and my daughter talked about, but we never discussed dating. She was a friend. We went out to eat one time.
Did you go out to eat 8 times?
One time only.
Did you ever go out any other time than the one time?
No, ma'am. I had a girlfriend at the time. Still had the same.
Do you have maybe text evidence of multiple dates and throughout time? Because I imagine that if you're setting up dates, it would be through text. So if I scroll through your text, am I going to see evidence of what you are saying?
No, we spoke on the phone.
The whole conversation from day one we started talking is on there. So you can go all the way to the back and to the top.
All right. I'm reading through days and days of texts, which clearly indicate someone who's trying to date her. Yeah. You are trying to date this, child 30 years younger than you. I also see you not saying, stop calling me. You're going through a hard time. You got fired from your job. You were having problems at your job before that. He offers to loan you the money to pay for the tires. You say, I don't want to owe somebody that kind of money. I don't know why, because you're already owing the other money. And then he says, not a problem, just smile for me. Can I pick you up for lunch? I see that he's picking you up for lunch twice, not once. I see him flirting with you. Where's the part about, and you don't have to pay a loan? That's your defense, and that's what I want you to prove up. He clearly wants to date you. Right. And maybe he was, and maybe he wasn't. It's a little hard to tell. There's all these little pictures and cutesy-poo things and hugs and prayers and smile your pretty face. And so you're lying when you say that it was just the one time. There were 2 times before the tires. The tires was a 3rd time. That, however, doesn't prove what you're saying, which is I don't have to pay the loan because I flirted with the guy and dated him a few times. I'm going to have proof of that part. Did you ever tell her she wouldn't have to pay for it if she dated you?
No, ma'am.
Because that's the kind of thing somebody would say to somebody 30 years younger who you want to date, because you got to put something on the table.
So would you ever date your friend's parent?
Well, it depends. What would the age gap be?
Just say no.
No? Okay.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
What I do see is a picture of you really strong and young 30 years ago with your daughter behind you with your big muscles and your shirt off and just your jeans, and you're looking very hot. But, which I presume was for the purpose of showing her what it was like. And, it's just the whole thing's just...
more we were talking about...
Glory days,
my daughter when she was little, so...
Say what?
We were more about when we talked...
Okay, I can barely see your daughter in the picture, okay? No. Now I'm going to show the picture. Hold on. I was going to spare you that, but hold on. No, that's not. No. Too bad. Too late. Let's see. Let's get that picture back up here. There it is.
It's a cute picture.
It is a cute picture. It's very cute. Okay, I can see the tippy top of your daughter's bangs, but most of the shot is taken up by your jeans, by someone and your abs, your washboard abs, and you're making the international sign for guns, and then your daughter's here. You're not showing your daughter, pal. Everyone knows you're not showing your daughter. Okay. So I think that he clearly was barking up your tree. I'm just trying to get to that other part, which means you don't have to pay. Did you ever tell her she wouldn't have to pay?
No, ma'am.
So can you prove that he told you that in any of the texts or any, because you guys text all day, so this, everything was on the phone. You know, can you prove in any way, shape, or form through his daughter's testimony, any statement by anybody, any text, any email, anything, that somebody said, I'll tell you what, if you date me, you won't have to pay. Putting aside to a, you know, for the moment, whether that's even a legally enforceable rewrite of the contract, it might be. It can't be if you have sex with me, because then it's prostitution, it's illegal, so a court wouldn't enforce. But if you give me human companionship for a few months, you won't have to pay? I don't know. I guess that's legal. Maybe it could be. But why don't you prove it up for me? Can you prove it?
It was discussed over dinner. I don't, you know.
He denies it. It's your word against his. Can you prove it in any way, shape, or form?
That we did not make a
contract. Pay
contract.
the man $3,692.38. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, for Ms. Clark, it's Judgment Day, and you're going to have to pay, Ms. Clark. What do you have to say?
Well, I don't have proof, and that he said, you know, dating, and I wouldn't have to pay the rest of the payments, so he won, unfortunately, and
Did it feel a little odd dating somebody that much older than you? And a friend of your,
well,
you know.
I try to look at personality over age, you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. You've lost. You got to pay. You still got the car?
Yes, I do.
Is it a good car?
He signed the title over immediately.
And it's a good car?
It is
you happy with
good car, yes.
Okay, good enough. At least you got that.
Yes.
All right. But you are going to have to pay for it. So
Yes.
go sign some documents.
All right.
And then write him a check.
Thank
Okay. All right, Mr. Green. You know, the judge is convinced you're trying to date her. What? And you deny that?
Well,
What do
no,
you
she's a good friend. I like hanging out with her. She like hanging out with me, but,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, if I was younger, I'd be interested in her. But she's
Well,
fun to hang out with.
What do you mean, you're
She's a
younger?
good lady.
You're trying to do it today.
Nothing wrong with that. So.
All right. Anyway, well, you won. You're going to get your money now.
Fair enough.
You happy?
I wish her well, yes.
Good enough. All right.
Thank you.
Go
Appreciate
ahead. Okay, Harvey.
Look, I mean, Doug, she got value for the car. Now, what she has to do is prove that they are square because companionship is what she promised in return. And the bottom line here is she just could not prove that.